The Wolverine battled some tough guys and the Smurfs at the weekend box office. Here's the countdown on how they finished.
Come, my naughties. We must capture Smurfette. Only she can give us the formula to make you true blue Smurfs.
The Smurfs 2 debuted at number 3 with just over $18 million.
Stop me now! What they did to me. What I am.
The Wolverine carved out the number 2 spot, dropping a notch from last weekend. The superhero movie starring Hugh Jackman added $21.7 million, raising its domestic haul to $95 million.
What's your plan?
I got a plan. I mean, I'm capable of coming up with a plan. I'm not capable. I'm just saying you haven't told me. What is it?
I'm working on it.
And Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg outgunned the competition as their movie, Two Guns, fired straight to number 1. The action flick pulled in $27.4 million in its opening weekends. Now, for our regular weekend chat, we're joined by Jason Gorber, a critic at TwitchFilm.com. Hey, you got your Two Guns there.
I'm saying, Scott, I'm back. It's good to have you back, brother.
Where you been, anyway?
Oh, I've been here. You've been, like, off doing other stuff. Anyway, we should probably talk about movies.
Movies, yeah, right, movies. Two Guns. Does it live up to all the hype or what?
You know, I saw it this afternoon, I guess it was. It's been a long day. I really liked it, actually. It was much, much better than I thought it was going to be. The buddy cop shtick is pretty tired, as evidenced by the fact that when you do something with, like, The Heat, where you get two women in the roles making fun of how tired it is, it actually tends to work really well. What's nice about this is it is so convoluted and so complex, all the machinations that are going on, that it kind of works out. The director is an Icelandic guy who I saw a film of his from 2000 at TIFF called 101 Reykjavik, which was amazing. It was a really, really great film. He's now come over to Hollywood and is bringing a very European aesthetic to it. If you know what the stereotypical, it sounds mildly racist, but it's called a Mexican standoff.
I take offense to that.
Yeah, fair enough. In Hong Kong cinema, it's very clever. The Killer does it, Reservoir Dogs does it, when everybody has a gun pointed at everybody's head. Basically, that's kind of the way the plot works, and then it becomes explicit in the film. This is very much that this guy's against this guy, and this guy's against this guy, and this guy's against this guy. So if you triangulate everything, it sort of works out that somebody's trying to get somebody in trouble. The cast is terrific. Actually, Denzel hasn't been this good in a long time, and I love Mark Wahlberg when he's on, and he's just a heck of a lot of fun in this. Great supporting cast, and I have to give a shout out to Bill Paxton. I did an interview with Bill Paxton, which is, I'm going to shout it out, it's up at twitchfilm.com, when he was in a film shooting in Canada called The Colony. Now, I was pretty disappointed with The Colony, but I had a great 6,000-word interview, long-ranging interview with him, and I thought, man, this guy really has to make a film where he can really shine again. And Bill Paxton, as this great sort of complex bad guy, completely rocks the world. He's a lot of fun in it. So it's not a home run, but it's definitely a film worth seeing.
All right, you set it up nicely. Let's take a look at the triangulated standoff.
Perfect.
Everybody sit down on the floor.
Fire in the hole! Let's go, come on!
How much you figure?
40 million.
$40 million?
But I got bad news for you.
What is that? Is that a badge in your hand?
DEA.
These are two pretty good. These are two pretty good A-listers.
Yeah, no, and again, these are A-listers that occasionally make really terrible films.
Ouch.
So I'm really happy when they don't, because I think we know that they're completely capable of making great films. And look, I'm one of the guys that hated Denzel in Training Day.
So did I.
Yeah,
Seriously.
And it really, really made me angry that that's what he got his Oscar for.
I couldn't believe he got an Oscar for that. Of all the things that he did, that's the one they give him the Oscar for.
Exactly. Well, it's like Pacino in Son of a Woman, but again, we could go on about this. Like that, you gave him an Oscar for?
Oh, yeah, a lot of... Anyway.
So when Denzel can play sort of a, let's say, law enforcement type, I think about how bad he was in Training Day, and thus how great he is in this. So this is the better version of what he was doing in Training Day.
All right, Woody Allen, back with a vengeance or what?
Look, Blue Jasmine, I think I'm boldly saying is the best Woody Allen film in at least 15 years, maybe 20. It is fabulous. It is a film that if it was made by a 20 or 30-year-old, people will be jumping up and down, celebrating immediately as the dawn of a new talent. But because it's Woody Allen, because Woody Allen makes a film every year, we've just totally become jaded with it. A lot of people think that, oh, it's another Woody Allen film. I've seen the last few. They're only okay. It is incredible. And absolutely, Cate Blanchett is destined to be nominated for Best Actress, if not winning for this performance. She is stunning in it, and it is beautifully complicated. It's a wonderful take on the sort of post-economic meltdown shtick in New York, move to L.A. with wit. Nobody writes women quite as beautifully as Woody Allen does, and it is astonishing. And you got all these great A-list or sometimes Z-list comedians doing semi-serious roles in it. Louis C.K. has a nice little role, but Andrew Dice Clay, Ford Fairlane
Wow,
himself,
there's a blast from the past, huh?
is in this film, and he is terrific. So God bless Woody. I mean, it's one of those things that you just know, love it or not like it, you're going to get something interesting. And again, for a guy that can keep churning this out at his age, it is a miracle of cinema that this guy's still so good.
Berberian Sound Studio, a tribute to old Italian horror films.
Yeah, giallo horror films, which is old school Italian films. This is a film that I saw last year at TIFF, and I wanted to adore. It's so up my alley. It's about the guys that would do sound effects, Foley, the screams, the sounds from old genre Italian films. And man, first 20 minutes is exactly the film I wanted to be, sort of making fun of the way these films work, how you use like melons and stuff like that for doing the sounds of stabbing. But then it turns into the film that it sort of parodies at the beginning, and then that really lost me. Like when it becomes a film it's sort of making fun of, it's less interesting for me. It's definitely worth seeing. It's playing at some art houses around the country. But in terms of something interesting, look, you should see it because at least for the first 20 minutes it's pretty good. And there are a lot of people who really are big fans of the film. It's just I had such high expectations that it just didn't live it up for me.
Jason, we're going to give people a reminder they can follow you on Twitter at Filmfest_CA. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Scott. All the best.